Hello, and welcome to No Business Gambling, where we have no business gambling. It's week 4. This is Mean Gene, the mowing machine.
And it's your boy, the surgeon, Talladega, with the picks.
We had a absolutely electric week 3, and we're going to just jump straight into week 4 here. But before we jump into week 4, let's talk about the standings. Let's talk about the competition. Let's talk about the recap of week 3 here. I'm sitting at a beautiful...
And your boy's sitting here with 13, 14, and 1. But you know what the point of this is? I'm a volume better. We're going to eventually get over this hump. We just need one great week, and I'm going to get over this hump, and I'm going to surpass Mean Gene, the pick machine, and I'm going to end up winning this competition.
You know what? I don't doubt that you turn this around. The same thing happened last season. It was neck and neck, and there were some weeks where you swung and you missed, but there's other weeks where you swung and you hit. I'm not going to lie. Shouts out my lock, Patriots. Anybody that took that, you're welcome. And then shouts out Jesus, the Jesus lock hit, Colts hit. But, dude, aren't the Saints, dude, I feel bad for the Saints.
I said Derek Carr was a mediocre quarterback, and he kind of proved it, only dropping 17 points against the Packers. Whatever. But here's my point about the Saints. They've got a dog as their backup quarterback. They got a legitimate dog in Jake Haener from Fresno State. Derek Carr is mentoring him, and the Saints, they're going to be just fine, buddy.
I don't even know who that is, and I don't care to know who that is. So we're opening up with our primetime slot here. First game of the week, Thursday night. I think we're both taking the same bet here. Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers. Actually, so we have a special, before we cut to the spreads real quick, we have a special guest here.
That's crazy.
We have our weatherman. Weatherman, would you like to introduce yourself and give us the weather for the Lions game?
Timothy Turp here live with the weather report outside, feeling good. We're talking week 4, Lions versus Packers, Thursday at 8:15 p.m. That's West Coast time. That's a false. That's actually East Coast time. That's my fault. I'm a little turped. Okay, we're talking about 63.6 degrees Fahrenheit, partially cloudy with a 7% chance of rain. The wind direction will be southeast at 11.4 miles an hour. You heard it right here with Tim Turp.
We paid a lot of money for that. I don't want you laughing, all right? He didn't know who it was, for anybody listening. I didn't tell him who the weather...
This is my first time. This was my first time listening to it.
This is the first time meeting the weatherman. He's met the weatherman before.
I'm starstruck.
He's absolutely starstruck. He's only met him in parties chat. He did not know he was going to be the weatherman. But don't you laugh at him. We paid a lot of money for that man.
That's where our entire budget
SAG's on strike, and we had to use his fake name to get this, but it's okay.
You guys struck a deal.
No, this is different. The writers struck a deal, but shouts out the writers. They struck a deal. Actors and X, we're coming for that ass. You're signing that deal too. But back to betting. Lions, -1.5. Packers, +1.5. Over under 46. I'm taking the Lions all day.
Dude, we have so many like this. Give me Detroit +1. And again, I'm double dipping. Give me Detroit money line.
All right, 6:30 in the morning here, Pacific time. Falcons, Jaguars from Wembley Stadium in London. Jags are sitting at -3.5. No, sorry, -3. Over under 43.5. Let's cut to Tim Turp now, giving you live the weather from Wembley Stadium.
Timothy Turp here live with the weather report. We are talking week 4, Jaguars versus Falcons, Sunday at Wembley Stadium in London at about 9:30 a.m. The weather will be 73.6 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy with 0% chance of rain. You heard it right. The wind direction will be southwest at 13.8 miles an hour. Shall be a fun one.
The only reason my co-star's laughing is because he should have said that in Celsius because it's overseas.
That's exactly why I was laughing.
It should have been in Celsius, but besides that, that's all. You couldn't ask for more better production money well spent.
You can't really.
So I'm staying away from this game. I don't know if you are, but I'm just going to not wake up for this game and look at the highlights on ESPN.
So I get off at 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm just going to stay up for this game, because why not? Guess what happened the last time someone was in Wembley Stadium?
What happened?
You know the AEW pay-per-view was just in Wembley Stadium a couple weeks ago?
I did not know that.
You know who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I hate you, dude.
Give me the Jaguars. I don't care what they have. What is it, -5 or whatever? I don't care what it is. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars minus the points. What is it? -3? Get out of town. I'll push on that. I don't care. I'll take a whatever, and 2. Give me the Jaguars -3.
I am not taking that bet, but that's the best segue, or like that's the best hunch of a bet I've heard all season so far, week 4. That what's the owner of Khan? Tony Khan?
Tony Khan's the owner of AEW, but his
Yeah.
father owns the Jags.
Yeah, exactly. That's the. If anybody's really following my boy Talladega here, ride the Jags bet. I'm not going to do it, but that's probably the best hunch this man's had all year.
JR is probably going to be wearing a Jacksonville Jaguars sweatshirt. They might fly out Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan into this. They got to promote next year's pay-per-view in Wembley Stadium. They're trying to sell it out more than they even did this last time.
I'm sad for both these teams. I just looked and they're 0-3.
That's crazy, dude.
Vikings, Panthers. Vikings are so bad, my friend doesn't even root for them anymore. Hold on. Moment of silence for that man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Vikings are sitting at -3.5. Over-unders 45.5. Vikings have to win this game just based off they can't lose to I don't even know. Is it CJ Stroud that's on that team? Who's on that team? The Panthers?
They got Red Rocket.
Oh, they got Red Rocket.
Did you see?
They got Red
Did
Rocket?
you see how good he looked against Seattle, dude?
I see why my buddy's not a Vikings fan anymore. I'm taking live right now. Count it in at 5:34 in the morning. Panthers +3.5. Unbelievable. I forgot Red Rocket's playing for them, dude. Red Rocket's going to beat the absolute crap out of the Vikings. The Vikings suck.
Dude, this is a second in one episode already of No Business Gambling lock of the week. I have Carolina +3.5. The Vikings are dead. They're going to lose this game to Red Rocket. He's going to run wild all over the Minnesota Vikings. And you know what they're going to do? Guess what they're going to do?
What is that?
The Vikings are going to be trading Kirk Cousins to the New York Jets.
Stop.
They're going to trade him to the New York Jets. And the Vikings are going to tank for Caleb Williams.
You're mad.
You want to see how dedicated I am to this? You want to see how dedicated I am to this?
How?
Carolina +3.5. Carolina money line.
Okay, now you're just... Somebody stop this man. Somebody... Where's his phone? Take his phone away from him.
We're locking in both those bets. Let's go Panthers.
So let's roll into the rest of the games, shall we? Dolphins, Bills. The silliest line I've ever seen. It's Bills -2.5 over 53.5. That sounds right. But 2.5 back and forth. Dolphins, Bills. This is silly. This is very silly. I'm taking Dolphins +2.5. And we're either dead wrong and Vegas is playing 5D chess, or we're winning money.
I'm getting baited here. I know I am. But just like some fish, I'm going to grab onto that bait and I'm not going to let go. Give me the Dolphins +2.5. I am going to lay the 2. I'm going to do the +2.5 and money line for a double whammy slammy on this play. This is going to be my Dick Vitale. It's awesome, baby. Lock of the century. Miami money line. Miami +2.5. Let's ride. Let's go Dolphins.
All right, I like them, but I don't like them that much. Also, I told you guys last week the Patriots are the best 0-2 team in football. I was going to say basketball. Don't know why. Football. And I was right. They scored, 70 points on the Broncos? And what did they score on us? 27. And then we go ahead and beat the Jets. This is where we turn it around, but this is for later. But I'm just saying, Dolphins all the way. You can either win a ton of money and bet, and if you have one of those weird apps that you do, and just bet the under of everybody's like passing, touchdowns, receiving, everything. This is the game. Make your money, boys. I'm staying away from this game, but we're talking about none other than the Broncos-Bears game. Denver -3.5. Bears +3.5. Because why? I don't know. They should both be pick. I don't. Over-unders 46. I'm staying away. I'm not. You know what? I am gonna watch this game. I'm not turning on. I'm going on. I'm not even opening up the quad box for this one. I'm gonna just watch this game alone. No red zone. No nothing. I'm just gonna have this game on. It's gonna be abysmal, and I'm excited to watch it. Staying away though.
There's not many games I stay away from in this league. There really isn't. This one, I don't feel comfortable either way.
No other game would make us talk for 1 minute and 45 seconds about staying away than this game, and I'm still staying away. Can't even think about talking myself into this one. Next up, we got the Ravens and the Browns. Going down to the Browns, Cleveland, Ohio here. Cleveland minus 2.5, Ravens plus 2.5, over under 41. What a gross game. I wanted to stay away. I woke up this morning earlier than any Barstool employee, and I did want to take this game, but after mowing some lawns and going to the gym, shouts out everybody doing the what's that guy's name? Sisyphus. Pushing that boulder up that hill, dude. And you know who pushes up that boulder up that hill no better than the Browns and the Ravens. I'm going under 41. This is going to be a boring game. They're not going to score a lot. Both defenses are going to eat the other offense up. Under 41. Official, lock it in.
This is your classic AFC North matchup right here. I'm doing something I normally don't do. I'm staying away for 2 games in a row.
Steelers, Texans. Pittsburgh sitting at -3. Over under 42. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I've worked a lot this week. I will watch the game, but you know what? Betting wise, I just don't even want to use the brain power to try to pull something out of this.
I've got so much money on other games right now. This is the last game I need to place money on.
Yeah, this is. I'm gonna pass. Your Steelers offense have been looking a little different lately, though. I'm gonna admit it. They don't look great, but they look better.
Well, here. I want to go on a little tangent really quick. The Pittsburgh Steelers. We played the two of the toughest defenses in the league the first 2 weeks, so I want to keep that going. Matt Canada, he's still incompetent. Don't get it twisted. But Kenny Pickett, when he actually plays against mediocre defense, he looks good. He looks good. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, we're going to win this game. I'm not going to bet it because I refuse to bet on my own team. We're going to win the next game. We're going to win the following week after that, the following week, whatever. And we're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Somebody, one of his fans, somebody find where he's bet on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know that's not true.
What do you mean?
Somebody look in the archives, look through the TikToks, the Twitters. He has bet on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Somebody find it.
I bet on George Pickens, not the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Indianapolis Colts. You're welcome for the bet I gave you last week. I was right from the start.
You did say, though, if AR wasn't playing, that it was going to be a no bet, and he didn't play.
You know what? You were right, and he didn't play. But you best believe that I still bet it. I parlayed it with the Jags. I didn't take the Jags this week, but somebody, wasn't you, convinced me to take the Jags. I'm not mad at that person. It's okay, but I was right about the Colts. I took them 7.5. First off, let me even talk about the spreads here. We got Colts -1.5, which makes no sense. Over under 46.5 makes some sense. I'm staying away because I had a coming to Jesus moment last week, and I could feel as if the man himself was betting through me. We're not doing that this week. We were cold on the Colts. I'm staying away from this game. I want to say Rams +1, but the Rams might be bad, dude. I don't know. Colts defense is pretty solid, I think, right?
I don't like either of these teams right now. I'm not a fan. The Rams really disappointed me last night. I'm not going to say a lot of money, but we lost quite a bit of money on the Rams last night. So we're just going to stay away. I need to see more from the Rams. I need to see their players play a lot better than they did last night.
So as we mentioned earlier, we'll just roll ahead and start this one. Buccaneers, Saints at the Caesars Superdome. They even have the names of the stadiums on here now. This is insane. New Orleans.
It's the Pat McAfee effect.
Yeah, I guess you're right. New Orleans -3. Buccaneers +3. Over under 40.5 here. You know what? We were talking about a game that we were going to bet the same on. We didn't know that we were talking about this game. We were talking about another game.
This is true.
But I love the Bucs here. No Derek Carr. The Saints are nobody without Derek Carr.
No.
They can't do anything without him.
Hear me out. If they start Jameis Winston, I'm 100% all in on this bet. If Jake Haener comes out of nowhere and starts, I am cutting this entire game out of my slip.
All right, I'm not doing that because I believe in Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. For some weird reason, I'm taking Bucs +3 because the Saints, no Derek Carr, it just makes no sense. You're not giving me Derek Carr. You're not taking me as a bettor. I don't know. Everybody had by halftime a nice little chunk of change in their pocket because of the Saints money line, and then what happened? Derek Carr gets hurt. That's fine, but I'm not going to roll with them again. Not doing it.
the wheels of the car fell off here. The wheels of the car fell off. I just want to point out something.
Derek Carr's the glue. Derek Carr's the glue. I'm telling you that right now.
I just want to point out, we're 2-0 on our no business gambling locks, like combined locks. We're 2-0.
Oh, yeah, we are. Hey, you know what? You can't find that at the end of the gambling show. That's for free. I'm telling you that right now.
You can't, and we are going to test this luck. I'm riding Tampa Bay +3 as well, but I'm feeling extra spicy about this game. I'm feeling extra spicy. It's double dipping, just like I am in the Miami game. Give me Tampa Bay +3 and Tampa Bay money line away. I believe in Baker Mayfield. He just played against an extraordinary team last night.
Somebody call the cops on this man, dude. I can't.
I am going for broke this week. I am either going to pass you or I'm going to sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Let me grab an anchor. We're going to Lincoln Financial Field. Commanders, Commies, Eagles. I don't know why I said that twice. Eagles, that's 3 times. -8. Commies, +8. Over-under's 44.5. You know what? Last year when I was betting, I followed a trend. Division matchups are always really easy to bet point totals on. Like AFC North, AFC East, unders out the wazoo. NFC East, NFC North, overs out the wazoo because they hate each other, but for different reasons. But that's fine. Over 44.5, easiest bet of your life. Eagles might score 38 points by themselves. Commies sneaks them in there. 44.5 is easy. I can't do math well. That's like 22.2.5. I don't know. Don't quote me on math.
You're not looking at the correct point here. Do you understand how good the Commies' rush defense is? Do you understand?
No, I don't, because I don't understand math.
The Commies' rush defense is elite. I don't know if I 100% trust Jalen Hurts to throw the ball, so I am going to fade you on this. And I'm going to take the under of 44.5.
You're a madman. You don't never take unders.
I never, so this is when I'm locked in.
Spell under.
UNEER.
Scooting down to Nashville, Tennessee, home of Elvis Presley and the Titans. They're going with the Bengals. Bengals -2.5. Titans +2.5. Over under 41. Man, do these games suck this week, dude? I was right about last week about the Bengals, though.
You were.
Hungry Doug runs faster. These guys can turn everything around and scoot on down to the playoffs starting right now.
You're right. Here's what we're doing in this play. Here's what we're going to do in this play. The Bungles have finally got it together. The Tennessee Titans are filled with it's the retirement home of the NFL now, because at least the Cardinals have life. I'm going to lay the 2.5 points. I'm going to lay the juice here, and I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals -2.5. I'm not counting on Joe Burrow to throw a lot. I'm just counting on Tennessee to kind of fumble over themselves multiple times this game.
I didn't realize that we chose the same bet on the Dolphins thing, and we didn't set all the alarms and buzzers off because our staff is still asleep, and that's okay. We were about to do it. I was about to say Bengals -2.5, but since you're taking it, I'm not going to take the Titans. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking the Titans. Bengals win for sure. I'm taking over 41 because I think that the Titans can scheme, even though they're old and dumb and shitty. They can scheme some points. They have offensive weapons. Bengals defense might not be that good, but Bengals for sure win. But I forget that this is a competition. So, yeah.
And plus, I think we got a game later on where we can do a all alarms set.
Well, we can't give that out. We can't give that out yet, though.
This is true.
The Raiders, the Chargers, in Inglewood, California. Raiders first home, Chargers new home. Chargers sitting at -5.5. Over under is 47.5. Just like the last game, I'm good. This is going to be an exciting game, though. I'm just going to sit back and just enjoy two California teams because, ever since the Raiders moved to Vegas, dude, they've been bad. They were so much better as the Oakland Raiders, and you know what? They should move back. They should get all the bums out of Oakland, and they should move the Raiders back to Oakland. Is what they should do.
Dude, they need to go play back in the Coliseum.
Yeah, they're a California team at heart. It's gonna be a good game. It's early. It's not early. It's 1:05.
Well,
1:05.
West Coast time. It's pretty early.
Yeah, West Coast. You know what? I'll never forget watching football games on the East Coast. You guys don't get to enjoy football. I'm
don't.
sorry. You guys
No.
don't get to enjoy it. Anybody that's listening to the East Coast, I'm sorry, but your guys' schedule is awful. Completely awful. You don't know
schedule in sports.
you don't know what it's like to wake up in the morning and have a hot bowl of soup at 10 in the morning and watch football on a foggy morning. And you know what? You'll never get that.
So I had Chargers minus 5.5 on my list. I had all intention of taking it, but then before, with my Twitter sources, I got this from Cody Zeller at twitter.com. I heard Aiden McConnell might play. He might be the starting quarterback because Jimmy Garoppolo's in concussion protocol. So I'm going to stay away from this game because I am deathly afraid of Aiden O'Connell, and he made me a lot of money in college.
No comment, but it's going to be a fun game to watch. Not going to lie. It's going to be just a good sit down and watch a not bad afternoon game.
I'll be getting off of work just in time for this game, and I can't wait to watch the Chargers win by 20.
We got something real special. Been sitting in the crock pot since about 3 this morning. We have the best 1 and 2 team in the league, the New England Patriots, against the worst 2 and 1 team in the league.
Can you even call them a team?
They are a team. They're you know what, they're on any other given day, they're a good team. But when you've done a lot of gray area Patriots stuff, and you have what's his name?
This is a
and
Zeke Elliott revenge game.
It's not only is it a Zeke Elliott revenge game, the Patriots have Will Greer in the back, who I guess, I don't know, used to be in some capacity with the Cowboys.
You don't understand how good Will Greer was at Florida.
Listen, they have so much just paperwork on the Cowboys that the Patriots +7. Listen, I sat in a boardroom with a bunch of Chinese businessmen today.
Wow.
I was trying to sell them on the podcast. I'm trying to get us sponsors. I'm trying to get this thing ball rolling, things moving. I couldn't stop talking about the Patriots +7. They thought I was a psycho. This is my blow things for your future podcast lock of the week, lock of the century. We didn't close that deal because the Patriots are covering +7. I bet everything on it. Every Patriots bet I've made this season has hit. People have been following along, have noticed Patriots +7, and I think you got something to say.
So is our deal with Sony just out of the...
Absolutely blown. I'm so sorry. We'll talk about it later.
So does that have anything to do with the hack?
It has nothing to do with the hack, but just know that they might like Tom Holland and put him in his movies, but behind closed doors, they have other things to say about him.
That's crazy. Well, so I woke up this morning thinking, I'm not going to take this game. I'm not going to take this game at all. But I was bored sitting in Latino studies class, and I was thinking about it. The Patriots versus the Cowboys. It's your classic old Western type of battle right here. I'm going to take the team that came up on top back then and is going to win this time around. Give me the Patriots +7. And, dude, I feel something magical in the air. It's a revenge game for Zeke. He's going to prove that he wasn't the problem. I'm not even going to I'm not going to regret this. New England money line, New England +7. Lock it in. We're double dipping again.
Just for that reason, this game is going to go so bad, and it's all going to be his fault. Just you want.
But you know what did happen? This is our 4th agreed pickup on today.
Who won the push-up bet last week? Somebody in the comments, go find that out. Somebody owes push-ups.
Yeah, so I can't remember which bet it was.
Alrighty now. After all the hype of the last one, let's slow it down. Cardinals, 49ers. San Francisco sitting in -14, over under 44. Now listen, everybody that took our other best bet, double lock that we had last week, or your lock of the week, or whatever we call these things nowadays, the Chiefs -12.5. Don't let this one fool you. Josh Dobbs might be that guy. I don't know. They barely started selling his jersey today, which is hilarious.
Can we talk about how he's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott?
Listen, you're like a plumber just bringing up old shit. But here we go. I'm taking personally on this game. I think Josh Dobbs is him. I think the 49ers might score 44 points alone. I'm going to take the over 44. In Levi Stadium, over 44, 100%. It's so funny that they started selling his jersey today. They had no investment in this kid, no nothing. He beats the Cowboys. They're like, listen, kid, we'll give you a little cut of this jersey. Just don't you worry about it.
Dude, this Josh Dobbs kid might be him. You know, like how we had Geno Smith and Daniel Jones last year? I think Josh Dobbs is finally going to be that guy. Again, it's the same thing this morning. I didn't want to take this game at all. I really didn't. But I've been thinking about it. The Cowboys were proved for the frauds they are. And now are the Niners going to be proved for the frauds they are? Who knows? But I'm going to lay the plus 14 with the Arizona Cardinals. I don't like the number for San Fran. I think it's going to be a complete it's not going to be a good game to watch. It's going to be a complete cluster. But give me the Cardinals plus 14.
You're nuts for taking that. You're absolutely bonkers, dude.
Don't test me to take the money line. Don't test me.
Yeah, so we were talking about it in between the radio breaks here. He's going to go 1-for-1 on all these, and then it's just going to have so much volume. That's going to be what you're going to have to describe your betting strategy to.
I'm a volume better.
I'm a volume drinker.
But I'm possibly winning money. You're just throwing it down the drain.
Last time I checked, drinking beers was not throwing money down the drain. It's pissing money down the drain. So normally we do the weather. We got shouts out our weatherman today. It was his first time. He might have sounded a little nervous, but we're gonna try to get some capacity. We almost had our real one. We almost flew him in from Italy. Something about his he got stuck at in what is it? The New York JFK. He got stuck at JFK Airport. There's a lot of those damn what do they call them nowadays? Migrants. A lot of them migrants. He's stuck somewhere in there, man. He's stuck behind some dude from Syria and some guy from Venezuela, but he'll be here, I promise.
I think they believe he's behind the Sony hacks.
He's there. Yeah, it's just like the beginning of Swordfish. He came to this country as an elite hacker / weatherman, and he's stuck. But
and I know this is a side tangent. Should I be worried about my PlayStation files right now?
You should, and this is why you always buy American, buy Xbox.
Okay, because I'm not going to lie. When I saw the video at like 2 a.m. right before I had to go to school at 7 a.m. last night, and I was like, whoa. And I got a little scared. So I think I have to enact two-factor authentication.
Yeah, what you should do is you should run your bathtub at about 200 degrees and just drop your PlayStation 5 in it. If you can't tell by this conversation, I'm not taking this game, the Chiefs-Jets game. Chiefs are sitting at minus 9.5, over under 42.5. We have no paper on this. We got nothing, and I could care less. I'm going to fall asleep before this game even turns on.
I want to point out, Zach Wilson was taking off all the boards from Prize Picks mysteriously this morning.
You're bananas, dude.
So I don't know if he's even playing or not.
What are your sources? Exactly.
I'm not taking this game.
Now we're going into Seahawks-Giants, Monday night hitter here. Let's cut to Timothy Turp with the weather.
Timothy Turp here again with the weather report. Monday night, 8:15 p.m., Week 4, Seahawks versus Giants. That time was 8:15 p.m. East Coast time. All right? We're at MetLife Stadium. All right? It's going to be 59.6 degrees, overcast with a 19% chance of rain. Guys, 19% chance of rain. All right? The wind direction will be northeast at 6 miles an hour. Buckle up. Buckle up. That's your weather with Tim Turp.
Literally, I couldn't be happier with the weatherman. Shouts out our weatherman that's missing, but we're going to try to get a weatherman here. And I know that my boy, instead of standing in front of that picket line, would rather be giving us the weather. So shouts out Timothy Turp.
Hey,
shout
out Timothy Turp.
Shouts out, I think it's IOTC Local 44, They Them Dogs, or what is it, 38, all dogged up. Staying away from this game because, just like Timothy Turp said, rain on Monday night. Under's kind of tantalizing, sitting at 47, but I'm going to stay away.
I wasn't going to take this game until I was motivated by Timothy Turp's great weather analysis. Screw it, I'll take the plus 1.5. I don't care. Give me Seattle plus 1.5. And no. Do I?
No, don't do it.
Dude, I'm thinking I'm going to.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And this is going to be the only time where it would have hit because you're going to go 1-for-1 on everything else, and this one's going to hit. So don't do it.
This one is going to hit, isn't it?
Yeah, so don't do it.
Give me Seattle 1.5. Give me Seattle money line. Let's ride.
Shouts out to Timothy Turp one more time.
Dude, round of applause.
You can't see.
Dude, they need him on the Weather Channel.
You can't see it, but behind the glass, there's 50 employees clapping. You can't see it because this is a radio show, but there's everybody's clapping for you, Timmy. In conclusion here, week 4, you took, what is that, 15 bets?
16.
16 bets. You're an absolute madman.
Remember how I walked into here and thinking I was only going to take 7?
He walked into the studio this morning at 4:20 in the morning and said, I'm not taking anything. Everything looks like crap. He probably sat in the bathroom for 25 minutes, and then he came out sweaty, and he said, I got 16 bets. I had the same feeling, and I only took 7. I don't feel great about some of them, but a lot of point totals. But I feel great about one of them, and we all know which one that is. 8 bets. I took 8 bets. We're starting off with the Dolphins plus 2.5. The Browns-Ravens under 41. Over of the Bengals game, over 41. Over 44.5. Eagles Commies, Panthers plus 3.5. Niners over 44. Lions minus 1.5. And Patriots plus 7 is my best bet. Lock it in. We lost a deal with Sony. Lock of the week. And I think somebody's waving to me in the back for a correction. I think that's Browns Ravens under 41. I don't remember what I said. So thank you, Janice, for telling me that.
You should probably do your sign off right now because I'm going to be here in a minute.
I know you are. So this is Mean Gene, the scams and schemes. No, sorry, that's Mean Gene, the pick machine. I forget who I am sometimes. I'm going to go hit the bathroom because this man's going to take about 15 minutes to read these off.
All right, I'm going to rapid fire through these. I've got Detroit money line, Detroit plus 1. Then I got Cincinnati minus 2 laters. Then I got Cincinnati minus 2.5. I got Miami plus 3, Miami money line. Tampa Bay plus 3, Tampa Bay money line. Washington and Philly under 44.5. Carolina plus 3.5, Carolina money line. New England plus 7, New England money line. Arizona plus 14, the Jacksonville Jaguars minus 3. And Seattle plus 1.5, Seattle money line. This could either be a terrible week or it will be a fantastic week where I just run away with this competition. This is Talladega on the mic here. And we are signing out. Till next time. Have fun. And remember, be responsible. Don't be throwing all sorts of random units at plays. Stick to your units. Let's have a great weekend. Let's ride.